chemical coordination and integration. Endocrinology is the study of endocrine glands, hormones, and their effects. Thomas Edison, who is known as father of endocrinology, described hormonal diseases in 1855, known after his name as Edison's disease. Berthold laid the foundation of endocrinology. Huxley called hormones as chemical messengers. Barnard called hormones as an internal secretion. Kendall prepared crystals of thyroxine. Origin: endocrine glands are mostly endodermal. Adrenal gland has ectodermal medulla and mesodermal cortex, while in pituitary gland, the neurohypophysis is ectodermal and the anterior and the middle lobes are endodermal. Pineal gland and hypothalamus are also ectodermal. Types of hormones: releasing and inhibitory hormones. Hormones of hypothalamus and kidney, which controls secretion of trophic hormones, are releasing and inhibitory hormones. Coming to the trophic hormones, hormones controlling activity of other endocrine glands and growth. For example, the anterior pituitary hormones like thyrotrophin acts as a trophic hormone for thyroid gland. The chemical nature of hormones: amines, hormones of pineal gland, that is melatonin and adrenal medulla, are amines. Modified amino acids, hormones of thyroid, are iodinated threonine, example thyroxine. Peptides, hormones of hypothalamus, intermediate, posterior lobe of pituitary, etc., are peptides. Proteins, hormones of pancreas like insulin and glucagon, GIT, some female hormones like relaxin and HCG, parathromone, and most of the hormones of anterior pituitary except ACTH are all proteins in nature. Steroids. Hormones are derived from cholesterol and other steroids. For example, aldosterone, cortisol, sex corticoids. These are the hormones from adrenal cortex. Testosterone, estradiol, progesterone. These are the hormones from gonads. Are all steroids in nature except relaxin and HCG, which are proteins. Characteristics of hormones. Number 1. They are regulatory chemicals that control and coordinate functions of different body organs. Hormones are formed by ductless glands or the endocrine glands. Hormones are poured into circulatory system in which they are soluble and carried to target cells. They function as chemical messengers or information molecules. Hormones generally function away from the area of their formation. Therefore, they require blood to carry them into different organs of the body. Number 6. They are effective in very low concentration, which may be in picograms or micrograms. Hormone molecules are very small. They belong to diverse categories. Example, they could be proteins, peptides, amino acid derivatives, amines, or steroids. Hormone molecules get attached to the membranes of target cells at specific points, having receptors for inward passage or reaction. This is a generalized view of different types of glands, endocrine glands, present in our body. There is hypothalamus, pituitary and pineal in the brain, parathyroid and thyroid in the neck region, thymus in the thorax, adrenal, pancreas and kidney in upper part of the abdomen, testes and ovaries in lower part of the abdomen. We'll start with the first endocrine gland, which is hypothalamus. It develops from ectoderm of the embryo. Location and structure. It lies below or inferior to the thalamus. Therefore, the name hypothalamus. The hypothalamus is connected to the anterior lobe of pituitary by a hypophyseal portal vein. However, it is connected to the posterior lobe of pituitary mainly by axons of neurosecretory cells. hormones. The neurosecretory cells of hypothalamus secretes hormones which are known as neurohormones. This is the location of the hypothalamus inside the brain just below the thalamus. The adrenocorticotropic releasing hormone. It stimulates the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland to secrete its ACTH hormone. The thyrotropin releasing hormone TRH. It stimulates the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland to secrete its thyroid stimulating hormone. Third, the somatotrophic releasing hormone. It stimulates the anterior lobe of the pituitary to release its growth hormone. Growth inhibiting hormone or the somatostatin. It inhibits the secretion of growth hormone from anterior lobe of pituitary. The gonadotropin releasing hormone. It stimulates the anterior lobe of pituitary gland to secrete two gonadotrophic hormones, which are FSH and LH. Number 6. Prolactin releasing hormone. It stimulates the anterior lobe of pituitary to release prolactin. And the prolactin inhibiting hormone. It inhibits the secretion of prolactin from the anterior lobe of pituitary. The melanocyte releasing hormone. It stimulates the intermediate lobe of the pituitary gland to secrete its melanocyte stimulating hormone. The melanocyte inhibiting hormone. It inhibits the secretion of melanocyte stimulating hormone from the intermediate lobe of the pituitary gland, the target cells for hormones of hypothalamus. The neurohormones of the hypothalamus acts on the cells of the pituitary gland. This is a tabulated view of various inhibiting and releasing hormones secreted by hypothalamus, like thyrotropin releasing hormone stimulates thyrotropin stimulating hormone release. The growth hormone releasing hormone stimulates growth hormone release. Growth hormone inhibiting hormone inhibits growth hormone release. The gonadotropin releasing hormone stimulates the release of the follicle stimulating hormone and LH hormone. The prolactin releasing hormone stimulates prolactin release. Prolactin inhibiting hormone inhibits prolactin release. The adrenocorticotropic hormone stimulates adrenocorticotropic hormone release. The melanocyte stimulating hormone stimulates melanocyte stimulating hormone release, and the melanocyte stimulating hormone inhibiting hormone inhibits melanocyte stimulating hormone release. Coming to our second gland, important gland, which is the pituitary gland, also called hypophysis cerebri. It develops from ectoderm of the embryo. The pituitary gland is located just below the hypothalamus. It is located in a depression, the sella turcica, formed inside the sphenoid bone of the skull. Pituitary gland is the smallest endocrine gland. It is only about 1.3 centimeters in diameter and weighs about half a gram. Gland is attached to the brain by a stalk which is known as infundibulum. Pituitary gland consists of three lobes: the adenohypophysis, neurohypophysis, and the pars intermedia. Starting with adenohypophysis, it originates as Rathke's pouch from dorsal wall of the stomodium of the embryo, but later its connection with the stomodium disappears. The neurohypophysis originates as an outgrowth from the floor of the diencephalon. Third lobe or the intermediate lobe, also known as pars intermedia, is a part of adenohypophysis. This is the anterior and the posterior lobe. Anterior lobe, you can see the pars tuberalis. There is a stalk which connects it to the hypothalamus. Adenohypophysis comprises about 75% part of the pituitary gland. The hypophyseal portal veins carry blood containing neurohormones or the releasing factors from the hypothalamus to the adenohypophysis. Coming to hormones of the anterior lobe. The anterior lobe of pituitary gland secretes the following hormones. Most of them are called trophic hormones. Number 1 is the somatotrophic hormone or the growth hormone. As the name suggests, This hormone stimulates growth directly and in combination with other hormones. Growth hormone promotes protein anabolism, absorption of calcium from the intestine, and the conversion of glycogen into glucose. Target cells. Various body cells which undergo growth are the direct target cells of the growth hormone. Thyroid stimulating hormone or the thyrotropin. This hormone controls growth and activity of the thyroid gland. It influences the uptake of iodine, the synthesis of hormones, thyroxine and triiodothyronine by the thyroid gland, and the release of stored hormones into the blood system. Target cells are the cells of thyroid gland. The ACTH or the adrenocorticotropic hormone. This hormone stimulates the cortex of the adrenal gland to produce its hormones. The amount of ACTH secreted depends upon the concentration of the hormone in the blood from the adrenal cortex and on stimulation of the pituitary gland by the hypothalamus. The latter's influence on the production of ACTH is particularly important during emotional and physical stress. Target cells are the adrenal cortex. Fourth, the prolactin hormone or the mammotrophic hormone or the luteotrophic hormone. It is also called hormone of maternity because its main physiological effect is to activate growth of breast during pregnancy. Target cells are the cells of the mammary glands. Gonadotrophic hormones are of following types. Number one, FSH or the follicle stimulating hormone. It stimulates growth of ovarian follicles and their secretion of estrogen in the female and the spermatogenesis or the formation of sperms in the male. LH. In females, it stimulates the corpus luteum of the ovary to secrete progesterone. Target cells, cells of the gonads. Hormone of the intermediate lobe. Melanocyte stimulating hormone, also known as intermedin, causes dispersal of protein granules in the pigment cells, thereby darkening the color in certain animals like fish and amphibians. Target cells are the melanocytes present in the skin. Hormones of the posterior pituitary. Oxytocin. Oxytocin promotes contraction of the uterine muscles called labor pain, and it also causes contraction of the myoepithelial cells of the lactating breast, squeezing milk into the large ducts behind the nipples. Target cells are the cells of the mammary gland. The second hormone, ADH or the antidiuretic hormone of vasopressin or pitocin. This hormone has two main functions. Firstly, its antidiuretic effect. It increases the reabsorption of water in the DCT, collecting tubules and collecting ducts of the nephrons of the kidney. As a result of reabsorption of water from the glomerular filtrate is increased. Pressure effect. Involuntary muscles in the wall of the intestine, gallbladder, urinary bladder, and blood vessels are stimulated to contract by ADH. Contraction of the wall of the blood vessels raises the blood pressure, and this may be the most important pressure effect. Target cells, cells of the mammary gland.